Good day! Our group will be reporting formalities of entry in the Philippines.
First off, under the Philippine Immigration Act of 1940, Commonwealth Act number 613, tourists are considered non-immigrants who are temporary visitors coming for pleasure. Once admitted, they cannot remain in the Philippines permanently. For admission requirements, number one is an expired passport or other official documents in the nature of passport issued by the governments of the countries to which they owe allegiance in other travel documents showing their origins and identity. While the second one is valid passport visas granted by diplomatic or consular officers. So, passport, it means an official document of identity and nationality issued to a person intending to travel or sojourn in foreign. So there are three types of passports. The following are: first, there is diplomatic passports. So this means are issued to ambassadors, ministers, officers of the foreign service, and other persons having diplomatic status. Number two is special or official passport or issued to a government official, which means who do not have diplomatic status and members of their immediate families. The third one is regular passport. This means issued to private persons who are eligibly to apply for them under the laws and regulations of the country. The fourth one is service passports. This means issued abroad by designated officers of the Foreign Service to American citizens or nationals who owe allegiance to the United States. Number five is dependent passports. This means issued for use in connection with a barrier's visit or residence abroad as dependent of American military, naval, air, or civilian personnel on active duty outside the continental limits of the United States. And the sixth is other kinds of passports who would include passport issued in times of war. So they consist of written permission given by a belligerent to enemy subjects or other entitling them to pass unmolested within his territory or enemy territory occupied by him. Visa. This is an endorsement on a passport granting permission to the holder to enter a foreign state. So it is simply a notation or endorsement on a passport manifesting that the passport has been seen or examined in connection with the barrier's application to enter the country granting the visa and having been found to be in order. So the barrier may proceed to the said country.
There are three main classes of visa. First one is the diplomatic visa. It is granted to members of diplomatic and consular service and certain high-ranking officials of foreign states. The second one is the official visa, granted to government officials traveling on official business, although not included in diplomatic visa. The third one is the ordinary visa. It is granted to qualified persons not falling under diplomatic visa and official visa. There are also visas issued in the Philippines: the temporary visitor's visa, transient visa, international traders visa, accredited foreign government officials visa, students visa, pre-arranged employees visa, visa for non-immigrants, visa for refugees, visa for special non-immigrants under military agreement. So here are the following countries required to secure visas prior to the entry of the Philippines. First one is the Albania, then Afghanistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Belize, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Cambodia, Croatia, Cuba, Egypt, Estonia, Georgia, India, Iran. And also for the Palestinians, holders of Taiwan passports, holders of Hong Kong document of identity and certificate of identity, holders of Malaysian certificates of identity. Then the last one is the stateless persons. There are also additional requirements for the passport or certificate of identity. Document of identity or travel document should be valid for at least 6 months. Then, valid ticket for return journey to the country of origin or to the next country of destination. There are also certificates of residence must be secured. First is the temporary visitors, second, students, third, prearranged employment, then the currency declaration. For the extensions of stay, tourist acquires no right to remain in the Philippines beyond his authorized period. Then the inclusion, it is the authorized removal by immigration officers and Board of Special Inquiry of any foreigner arriving in the Philippines who, upon inspection and prior to admission, is barred by law from entering of being admitted into the Philippines. So here are the classes of aliens is excluded from entry. Idiots or insane persons, persons afflicted with a loathsome or dangerous and contagious disease, person who have been convicted of a crime involving moral turpitude, prostitutes or persons coming for any immoral purpose, persons likely to become a public charge, paupers, vagrants, and beggars, person who practice polygamy, persons who advocate the overthrow by force and violence of the government of the Philippines, persons over 15 years of age, persons who are members of a family accompanying an excluded alien, persons accompanying an excluded person who is helpless from mental and physical disability of infancy, children under 15 years of age unaccompanied by or not coming to a parent, stowaways, persons coming to perform unskilled manual labor, persons who have been deported, persons who have been removed from the Philippines at the expense of the government. The last one is the persons not properly documented for admission. Deportation. It is worse than exclusion, and it is the authorized expulsion of a lawfully admitted foreigner from the territory of a state to another. There are also cases of deportation which are alien who enters the country by means of false and misleading statements, alien who was not lawfully admissible at the time of the entry, alien who is convicted and sentenced for a term of 1 year or more, alien who is convicted and sentenced for violation of the law governing prohibited drugs, alien who practices prostitution, alien who become a public charge within 5 years from the entry, alien who remains in violation of any limitations which he was admitted as a non-immigrant, alien who believes in advises, advocates, or teachers the overthrow by force and violence of the government, alien who commits any of the deportable offenses, alien who at any time within 5 years from entry shall have been convicted of violations to the provisions, alien who engages in profiteering, hoarding, or black marketing, alien who is convicted of any offense penalized under the naturalizations laws of the country. The last one is the alien who defraud his creditors.